welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. We are back on a Monday after our emergency pod last Thursday, where the MLS decided to land its 30th franchise here in the city of San Diego. San Diego FC is born. There was an event, press conference, Manny Machado, Mansour, billionaires, parties, everything that happened and what will be happening in the next 18 months with this new MLS expansion team coming here to San Diego. But until then, we still have San Diego Loyal and San Diego Wave, both winning away trips. We had the pleasure to be part of the Spanish language commentary for the San Diego Loyal away match against Inter Miami.
Oh, the boy. It's on recording. I love it.
100%. So we're going to go ahead and break that game down, as well as Sierra Engie, former person to be interviewed here on Two Balls and a Mic, getting her debut NWSL goal, her first goal of the season, second straight start for that. And obviously, we're going to go ahead and talk about some Chivas America action, some fantastic stuff happening in the Liga MX with Chivas returning to the promised land of La Final.
What a week, Tony. You're famous.
Man City won the Premier League.
All
right.
Arsenal.
All
right. You're famous.
Dope. All right.
The
So
boy is famous.
all right. So let's take it back. Right. So maybe if you didn't know, get yourself educated.
If you haven't heard.
In a sense, we had probably the craziest and wackiest week of our Two Balls and a Mic career, just because MLS did come in and the announcement came down on, I guess for us, we were the ones that broke the news in a sense. So that was a really cool day where literally Twitter notifications broke for us.
Blew up.
My name is Tony Sanchez, along with Chiva, Alejandro Chiva Villaseñor, part of the Two Balls and a Mic podcasts. But yeah, so we had news, we had insider information, we had the who, what, when, where, why about MLS to San Diego. It just wasn't the right time to deploy such a tweet. Did I tweet it? Okay,
You
so
tweeted
okay,
in the
so
morning.
yeah,
Wednesday morning, right?
So this is what happened, right? So I don't think I've told this on the emergency part how it went down.
Mhm.
So I get the green light to essentially, have this be confirmed, have this be all systems go, MLS confirmed to San Diego. I have it. And I'm sitting in a doctor's office and I'm waiting to, get some, results of, hey, how you doing? Still fat. All right. And so I'm waiting for the doctor to come in. And so I have the tweet loaded up and I tweet it. Cool. And it goes out into the ether on that, I don't even know, Wednesday morning. And Tuesday morning, because that's when I had the appointment.
Oh, okay,
And so from then on, everything just kind of skyrocketed because that tweet in itself was, I guess, the first confirmation of something coming into San Diego when it comes to MLS. And
Arriba. Abajo de ese. Right there.
Abajo.
Found it.
Arriba. All right, so let me do this.
We thought this one blew up, the Manny Machado one, which we'll
So
get
yeah,
to.
so this is the first one, right, that said, breaking MLS San Diego has confirmed public event will be held at Snapdragon Stadium at 7 p.m. Saturday, May 20th, open to the public. So that
That ended up being the Let's Kick It party.
yeah, that ended up being the Let's Kick It party. And so it was official. People picked it up. I think, who was it? Where do I have that? ¿Quién nos los mandó? Ben and Woods picked it up.
They read it, on their radio show. People started hitting us up like, "Oh, you guys were
essentially-
just mentioned on Ben and Woods."
Yeah, essentially, we became the de facto San Diego soccer source of MLS
That
being here,
confirmed it,
which felt kind of nice.
Some random TikTok that went a little viral too, like read it, and then what was it on Instagram? The San Diego Padres page.
Yeah, so
LFG, Let's Fucking Go San Diego or something
yeah,
like
so
that.
on Instagram and Twitter, they screenshotted that and ran with it as well, but essentially gave us credit, so that's always awesome. But again, it was the worst kept secret in San Diego that MLS was coming, but I think it was that thing where, well, it's official. I'm trying to find just real quick the audio of some of these essentially announcements where um, two balls and a mic, not for the first time, but they were taken seriously. Like we're taken seriously in the sense that we're an official source. We have been cited um, as a source. I think I have it here.
Local podcast, soccer podcast called Two Balls and a Mic.
I've been on it.
I know those guys.
You know those guys?
Too. Yeah,
They're
I've been on it.
just reporting that MLS San Diego is confirmed. A public event will be held at Snapdragon Stadium, 7 p.m. Saturday, May 20th, open to the public, essentially to introduce the new MLS team franchise coming to San Diego.
Now, somebody.
So that was cool.
Yeah. It's just it all happened too quick, right? I think you ended up calling me and I called you and I said, "Hey, dude, this shit is fucking exploding."
Yeah, I
And
had
you're like,
no idea.
I'm at the doctor's.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I came out of the doctor's office after getting better news than I thought.
That's good.
Right?
Is that you're a little less fat?
Wow. Like that?
Like
Like
that.
I've never talked about you in such a way. Like,
no,
like
no,
really,
no,
we have
no,
new
no.
audience, new
Yeah,
people who
no,
are
no,
coming
no,
in,
yeah.
and you really want to give the impression, okay.
Any new people
like,
watching,
okay,
this show is
wow.
half him bullying
Okay.
me. So
I can't believe you just said that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I
Now-
empathize.
those people have been watching since day one.
Those people.
know
What are
what
you
I'm
talking?
talking-
Again, I want to apologize on behalf of this piece of low IQ across the table from me to
You know, on YouTube, Midori Kasumi, what's up, dude? I said, nice seeing you guys at the MLS event, guys. Said, shout out to Chiba telling me to unsub after showing him my Man City jersey.
please.
Like he showed, and I told him, you know what, you can unsubscribe. Like that's fine.
But yeah, so it was fun seeing everybody. But again, we're kind of jumping around. So yeah, we had confirmation of this happening. This tweet itself blew up. And then it was off to the races from there. It was really cool to see like the comments. Some people who were some people who were two balls headed to Apple TV, perhaps. But again, there's always that other side of the coin, right? Like you have Steve, the president of the locals, with how they felt that how much this will divide the community rather than unite and lift it up. We can talk and touch a little bit on that as far as what this essentially means. I talked with Tom Penn, the CEO of this new San Diego FC team. Moving forward, about what's going to happen with the Loyal. Like, are you guys going to work together? Is the door completely shut? We are hearing stuff from both ends. From MLS, from Loyal. I'm just glad I'm not the one that has to make this decision or have these talks. Porque qué hueva, qué flojera. But what do you think about? What did you think because you watched the product on Apple TV? I was there for the actual announcement on Thursday. What did you think as far as did it have a big moment feel? Was it just like meh when you watched it on Apple TV?
It was a little weird for me just because I couldn't have it was in the full volume just because of the area I was watching. I was watching at work, right? And I was just kind of trying to see what they were saying. I couldn't really hear everything. But yeah, no, I mean, I think you were kind of texting Drew and I like, oh, this, and this, and then it would come out. So it's kind of like I knew what was gonna happen if that makes sense because you were there live. So as soon as someone put that the website is live or something like that, so I go and then we see my coworker and I, we saw that Manny Machado was one of the founding members on the bottom. So I immediately tweet, confirmed, Manny Machado, one of the founding members for MLS San Diego. Then I think a minute after, you take pictures of him, if you had pictures of him, and you tweet that as well. And both of those tweets blew up too. So in a way, we owe it to Manny Machado that we got a couple followers on Twitter.
Yeah, so this was kind of like when I made it in there, and after we dropped the news, I started getting phone calls from different places, like, "Hey, like, can you come on the show and talk about it?" I'm still looking for the audio. I was on 9 a.m. on this day of the announcement. I was on the United States of Soccer on Sirius XM FC. Wild. And again, just kind of like what's the feeling on the ground, like straight up like any other radio show, like, oh, we got the insider, ask me about the region, ask me about
Nothing
Loyal.
you're new of. You've been an insider before for Fox.
Yeah, 100%.
Back in what, 2018?
Yeah,
Before the
it's still
podcast
counted.
started.
It's still counted. But yeah, so
We were interviewed by Chase and KUSI, which we didn't get to see. That we don't know if it made the cut.
well, we'll see. We'll
Hopefully.
be fine. Like, we'll make the cut for that one. And then yeah, again, like on this day, Manny Machado walks in, the mayor walks in, everybody walks in, Mansoor walks in. What do you think of Mansoor, Mr. Mansoor, the billionaire, working with the Saquon band, and everything that they have going on with the partnership here locally?
I mean, obviously, I don't personally don't know everything, right, about how he gets his money and stuff like that. And, you know, we've all heard the shady things and that you can't really trust them and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, like, you look at big teams like Manchester City, PSG, and stuff like that, and, you know, they're all owned by billionaires, essentially, right? And at the end of the day, I don't think he'll have a big part on the operations in itself. I think he just put the money. And at the end of the day, the team is here. All you can do is really support it to make sure that it's a good team, to make sure that it grows, to make sure that it is a winning franchise, which at the end of the day is what the city needs. So
And-
I personally, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you drop the money, now let's see what happens after.
Yes, that is correct. We are giving away some freebies. We did promise people, because again, with all of this attention came the followers. We finally broke 1,000 on both Twitter and Instagram, so that was a big goal for us. So thank you for everybody who subscribed. Some people, hey, they just saw the opportunity with us, saying if you scan this QR code and subscribe to our YouTube channel, you're going to be in the running to win a
Jersey.
MLS,
MLS.
2025
We're gonna
jersey.
get an away and a home jersey once they drop them. We are gonna do a giveaway
Whatever
for
they
our
look like.
subscribers. We're gonna get our subscribers list, and you know what? It's gonna be a nice giveaway with a lot of people. I think within the hour, I got like 100 something plus subscribers, which is crazy.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, like I don't know what's your vibe, what's your feel from Mansoor and all this group coming in.
So I mean, it's from what I'm understanding is that the guy is something of a soccer aficionado, right? Like he actually likes the sport. He actually likes. He's a Man United supporter. There weren't any talks about colors. There weren't any talks about the actual crest. They said that they're going to release that later in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like look back. I'm like, man, like I should have asked Manny, like, hey, brown and gold, or there's a lot of talk of black and red, which would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And again, those are the reports that we are getting as far as what these groups and listening sessions have been like.
Cholos fans are gonna love that.
So you know, you have the not finalized, but the inspiration maybe being the San Diego flag. You have the top left, the Egyptian flag in the middle, the Saquon band. And then people are questioning, like, oh, what's up with the Viejas band? It's part of the greater Kumeyaay people community over there. So don't blame us. Like if this is what was presented by them. So I would make sense. San Diego State connection, perhaps, maybe black and red. So that'll be interesting to see exactly what that's going to be like in the next couple of months. But yeah, I mean, MLS is here at Snapdragon Stadium. From what I'm hearing, is actually a couple years of a lease. Can't necessarily divulge how long or if that's going to be the finalized product for this San Diego FC team. Are you okay with San Diego FC? Or
I don't mind it.
FC San Diego or San Diego FC?
FC San Diego, either one. You know me, Tony. I personally don't really mind. FC San Diego has a nice ring to it. I heard people saying that SDFC sounds a lot like LAFC's, which is why they don't want it. So maybe they do change it to FC San Diego. At the end of the day, it's going to be important to see what players they get, what the team is like, who the coach is going to be. That's what I'm excited to see. But again, very early stages for everything. The big news broke. It's finally here. A lot of people have been waiting years for this. They started going out to community events. They started doing outings in Chula Vista.
Yeah.
They went out to the hangar. I went out there, talked to Tom Penn as well, and I asked him about Loyal. Like, are you planning on winning those fans sober? Are you planning on doing other things? But I know you want to show this Manny Machado video.
Yeah, because we again we want to go chronologically. We don't want to keep jumping around because there was a lot to talk about, right? Like we had different events here. So with Manny Machado, Mansoor, we kind of discussed like, hey, what does this mean for Manny Machado here in San Diego? He gave the answer of like, well, it's going to be huge for my family. He's really into the academy. He's really into the Right to Dream project, which is an important component of this. I've actually linked up with the Right to Dream people. Hopefully we can get people in here. Not just them, all the MLS people. Like we are inviting them to come in here in studio, give your side of the things as far as what this actually took, what the conversations are like perhaps for MLS and Loyal, or I mean, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of questions and those are important to them. So Cody Martinez, part of the Sequan group, I asked him like, hey, I hear that the Sequan group maybe wants to build the academy on their land, have that space over there. Essentially, it's a lot of young talent coming in. They say that, well, not say in Denmark where they have that other team. They're currently 1 point out of third place. Maybe that changed over the weekend, but it's the youngest team in the world up until now. So we know that that can be a good thing. That could be a bad thing just because if it's a good thing and it's working out, fantastic. But for the most part, if you go with youth, if you go that way where 80% of your team is super young and prospects, you're going to have a good team, a good competitive team, but you're just not going to be going after championships. So I don't think I heard anywhere from the SMLS group, we want to bring a championship to San Diego. And if it was very muted and it was very understated. But I heard a lot of community. I heard a lot of academy. I heard a lot of buzzwords. Championship to San Diego wasn't one of those main buzzwords, to be completely honest. And so take that as you will, right? Like if we're going to be sacrificing the championship aspect for local talent in the area, in the region, this also includes, and our sources are actually telling us that San Diego FC is going to start scouting and planning to go into Mexico, into Tijuana, because I believe FIFA says that you have 50 miles radius from the stadium to scout and basically call dibs on players. So that might be incoming. So that might be an opportunity that bridges Tijuana into San Diego. Something that I discussed on the KPBS roundtable where I was invited. So I spoke with Mark Ziegler and el vato de NBC. So and then el pendejo de yo. So it was pretty cool. I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, it's been cool. I know the thing that I wanted to just talk about real briefly with this, and again, go check everything out. It's on our YouTube. It's on our Twitter. But essentially, I had asked Mansoor nothing, and his handler was like, "All right, he has to go. He's a billionaire." And I just look at him like, "Mo Salah to San Diego," and yeah, he was like,
that sparked what, like another 5-minute talk?
Yeah, a little 2-3 minute talk, and he was into it, and you can tell that that might be a thing that might be happening in San Diego, right? And Mohamed Salah here in 2025. What are we? 2023. That's just 2 years, right? That's not too bad. Let's see if I get it right here.
Go. Would be a good choice.
Good choice. Sounds good.
Great guy. When
I'm like, all right, sounds good,
some
dude.
of the
Thank
people
you.
of Right to Dream went to Egypt when we decided when we bought Right to Dream in 2019, and there was a Right to Dream in Sub-Saharan Africa and there was a Right to Dream in Denmark. I said there has to be a Right to Dream in Egypt.
And he said, how many people do you think showed up for this Right to Dream project? And he said over 60,000 players. Another important thing that I wanted to make sure to do is, and I don't know if people understand the weight that we're actually there, because they're just doing their job. They mostly cover non-soccer. But to confront Don Garber about a problem that has faced the MLS and the U.S. system of soccer, just in general, just U.S. soccer, of just going into markets and squishing them and squashing them and eradicating what's been built there. You saw in St. Louis, and we're actually working on getting somebody from St. Louis to come on to talk about this transition, about having having your USL Championship team not there anymore. Josh Yaro played for that St. Louis team, but now gets included in the MLS. Same thing with Austin and Austin Bold. But just the what do you tell those soccer fans that are already here, already fan of a team, that just don't want, like, they don't feel like this is okay, this is right, and you might lose them. He gave me a big non-answer. Like, again, you're talking about he's media trained. Of course, like these are the top. These are the
Media-trained
top of the
people.
top. Like
Yeah.
like el Chorejas like is
Chorejas.
yeah. Se parece a Topollillo.
Play it. A ver, ¿qué dijo este güey? ¿Qué dijo el compa?
Of soccer, of the sport, that have been here that maybe feel a little bit disenfranchised with the exclusion of Loyal, with them not being involved?
You know, listen, we just launched the team today, so let's wait to see how all that develops. And
But the question you asked me before is like, well, what kind of brand do you bring to San Diego? Oh, you should ask the CEO this. I don't know much. I'm not the face. Like, I imagine Roger Goodell and like what he would say, and I think he'd have a better non-answer.
you know, listen, we're all in this together to try to build a soccer nation in our country, and you know, we should be focused on what we can do together. And we'll worry about challenges we have when we have them. We don't have them yet. You know, the team was just launched.
You've been having this
You
issue.
have those
You've been
challenges.
having this issue.
The
Like, don't tell me,
challenges are
it's just
there.
been launched. Like, no. You've already been working in the shadows. You've been negotiating. Groups have been talking.
Yeah.
So don't give me this. Oh, this just happened today. Like, blah,
And that's-
blah,
and that's
blah.
what they're
Like,
gonna
that's
do.
not. It's not a baby boy. Like, it's or baby girl. It's not a baby. Essentially, like, it's not newborn. It's been in the works. There should
Yeah.
be something a little bit with
Planning
more.
already.
je
It's
ne sais
not. It's
quoi.
not. Oh, it's the first day. We don't know anything. No, I mean,
No,
this
it's
has
just
been
straight
in
up
the
like,
works for what? At
oh,
least
I'm the new guy here.
months, if not maybe a year already. This has been in the works, so there is planning behind it. They're only allowed to say so much, and I mean, completely understand it, right? It's a business at the end of the day for them, but it does suck when it comes to community aspect and all the people that really care about what's been built here in San Diego, especially like people like you that have raced your whole life here, that you're a big San Diegan.
Yeah. Big San Diego.
Literalmente. But yeah, so no, dude, I'm proud of you for asking tough questions as well, and I mean that's what we're always gonna do.
As Donnie Garber, that's Donnie D or G, Donnie G. But yeah, so I mean, that question had to be asked because again,
Nobody
care
else
about,
is gonna ask it.
Yeah, because I care what people say and what people think and what people feel and have.
And if we're being realistic,
Uh-huh.
other reporters are not going to ask questions like that because they could get fired.
Maybe, yeah, or they just no.
Who
no
the fuck's gonna fire us?
I'm HR.
You're gonna fire me? I'm not gonna fire you.
Okay, that doesn't mean that.
Oh, you're gonna fire me?
I
You
didn't
can't
say
fire
that.
me.
I didn't say that. So some of the people in the comments. This channel is going to blow up with the MLS coming and the World Cup. Hopefully, we really hope. We will be giving away again 2 scarves here for the MLS 2025. I
But
know
we're joined by Mr. Underwood, who's probably watching. He's always watching.
absolutely. Copa America next year. I mean, this opens up so
There's
many.
Copa de Oro this year, buddy.
Yeah,
First that.
like this
Eso
opens
primero.
so many options for soccer to come here, right? It's already started. Wrexham, Man United. I think
Yeah.
again, Mansour had something to do with that. It's his favorite team. Like it just the stars seem to have aligned for that. But yeah, maybe Copa America in the coming nights. Y le echas crema a tus tacos. I love crema en tacos. Shout out
Esa crema de
to
aguacate. Uf.
Crema de tacos. Let's see. Breaking news: 2 balls in a mic gets World Cup credentials. That would be fantastic.
Soon to be happening.
We
we're
have
a
to get
couple
to
years
the World
away.
Cup. Lakers got swept.
But anyways,
as
so they did community events, and you were out there in Chula Vista with them. I went out to the hangar. What's up?
let's get through the comments and then let's.
Oh, I'm talking
Because that was
while you were
because that was yours, boy. Because that was yours. Yes, I did ask Mr. Mansour at the end before he left, like, hey, if you ever need a goalkeeper, let me know. There was a comment that was like, oh, this is not integrity. This is not journalistic. Blah 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 blah. Clearly, you're new here. Clearly,
It's okay.
you don't know the lore of me as a world class goalkeeper. I've proven it on every field that I've touched here in the states and in the city. So, If you don't believe me, come out. Like let's do it. Like
play.
I'll
He'll come out of
destroy you.
retirement again.
see like the CEO wants the name to be San Diego FC. So again, I was asking about San Diego FC. My only thing is like, and you've been hearing it here first. You've been hearing it here first, San Diego. I don't care if it's FC San Diego FC, as long as the F stands for football in Spanish. Just do it.
Does that bother you?
Football. No. Just like do it. Like
Yeah.
that's how
Be
you
the
get
first, right?
that's how you get people to come out, especially the people that don't necessarily come out for wave games or loyal games. O sea, la raza que siempre quiere, the things that they've always wanted.
Fútbol.
¿Sabes qué? Just name it. Football Club San Diego.
Y con acento.
Y con acento. All teams have an impact since FC or FC. What do you think of Atlético San Diego?
I don't mind it. I like it. It has a nice ring to it.
Athletic Football San Diego. AFC SD, a little bit AFC Richmond.
It does has. I mean, these are all great.
Oh shit, we have Duran Fariz pops in the chat. Michael Fariz, salutations. Michael in the chat, seeing him everywhere. Young teams can sometimes just be a selling club. That's what Cholos is and has been too. It's just not necessarily
without
local
even
talent.
without even young players. They just get players from South America and then ship them out to America, and then they lose to Chivas.
FC Finest City. Soon we will host a community event in Coronado. FYI, I am the coach of Coronado FC. So shout out Esteban. We'll be collabing soon. All right. So then listening parties, watch parties. I followed Chula Vista FC. Chula Vista. I followed the MLS San Diego FC club thing because they said, oh, they're going to be in Chula Vista.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So I go over and they're like, hey, they're going to be at 3rd Avenue. They're under the 3rd Avenue sign next to La Bella's. If you're from South Bay, you know exactly what we're talking about. And then I get flagged down by somebody in the middle of the street. And they're like, hey, Tony. I'm like, okay, park. Come back in. And it's Austin Guerrero. He gives me the biggest fucking hug. First thing he asks, he's like, hey, what'd you do with the shirt that I gave you? I'm like, oh, I still have it. So I had to look for a little bit. So it's here. Shout out Austin if you're watching. But he's part of the face of this. Like, I'm not sure what his role is, but he was having fun with an East Lake Soccer League. So all over the South Bay, got signatures. And I think, you know, got into the nitty gritty of it. And a lot of people responded wherever they went. Chula Vista FC, the Youth Soccer Academy. And they also have a UPSL team.
Who?
Chula Vista FC.
Yes.
Yeah. So, really cool things that they're doing. They went up to the coast and then to the hangar, which brings you in the next day. Chiva at the hangar. Take it away.
Yeah. So I show up on time, and there's people from Telemundo, from NBC. Again, they're not really promoting these on social media a lot. I think they want it to be very genuine, where it's the people that are there, and it's more of a surprise. If you've been to the hangar, you know during the day it's a lot of youth practices and youth games happening, right? So I think that's maybe what they were going for. They didn't hold like a big media thing because at the end of the day it's a community listening, right? I did get to ask Tom Penn as well a couple questions, introduce myself, told him, hey, I know you connected with Tony yesterday. I'm the guy for Two Balls and a Mic, the co-host. The other guy. Met other people. They're like, "Oh, you're with Tony, right?" I was like, "Yeah, he's with me."
Oh, the boy.
Te creas. But I did ask him what he's learned so far. He was out in Chula Vista. He's out in other events. What had he pretty much learned so far? And you know, he told me like, "Oh, people want this, people want that," and I mean, I ended up tweeting it. Right, I had to record from my phone. It was a very last minute thing where they sent it out. So I didn't have like the microphone or anything like that. Then I did ask him at the end about loyal, about the supporters that are using the hashtag Stay Loyal. And they're not going to essentially support this team. They're going to stick with San Diego Loyal, which, I mean, respectable. Like, you respect something like that. But if he plans on winning those fans over, or how he plans that, or is he okay with them staying loyal? And I mean, his answer was very, again, media trained. I don't know if you want to play it.
One of the people that we're actually trying to get into this chair is the great Tom Penn.
Yeah.
All right, just Tom, thank you for your time. But yesterday you mentioned how community is going to be a huge for the MLS San Diego team. You've been out in the community yesterday, today as well. What have you learned so far about this community?
First, how excited it is. It's incredible. I mean, the number of people that are interested, enthusiastic, all the feedback is universally positive. And then what we're hearing is the best ideas for the club. Sort of a lot of ideas on name. You know, we're trying to figure out, should we be San Diego Football Club or should we be Football Club of San Diego? Do we
Football. Wait, football.
put the football first or put the city first?
That's a hard question. Put
He's-
the
he said
football
all-
first or the city first?
He said a lot of people want the city first.
And everybody's got a view on that. It's fun to hear. We want to hear about colors because we're trying to figure out exactly what our color palette should be. And then really the values. What should this stand for? You hear a lot of people talk about unity, talk about pride, talk about fun and enjoyment. There's a lot of ties that bind this area together, and we want to be a unified.
What are some of the popular answers that you've been hearing from the community regarding if it's Football Club San Diego or San Diego Football Club?
I
or
said
colors
football.
that people are throwing out your way.
I'm hearing a lot more, let's put the city first. Let's put the place first. You know, the other debate we had was, are we soccer or are we football? And the truth is, we want to play on the global stage.
They're not gonna
We
do
wanna
football.
represent San Diego
Oh,
to the world.
perdón.
The rest of the world
I don't think they're
calls
gonna
it
do football.
We're going to call it football, even though we're in Major League Soccer. So it's really, I'd say it's leaned a lot more towards San Diego first instead of football first. But look, Barcelona does it. They're FC Barcelona. And if it's good enough for them, it could work for us.
What was your last question, Tim?
Hmm?
What was your last question, Tim?
The loyal one. Like, are you gonna win those fans over? Or are you okay with them staying loyal?
How do you plan on maybe winning those fans over, or
Huh?
are you perfectly
That was
fine
good.
with having them cheer for both teams?
Look, they should stay loyal. The loyal have done a remarkable job in this community. I've admired it from afar. I've talked to Andrew Vasiliadis, their owner, talked to Landon Donovan. I have great respect for what they've done to embrace the community, the quality of the product they're putting on the pitch. And we're going to continue to talk. We both want what's great for San Diego, what's great for soccer in San Diego. It's way more about us going and beating Los Angeles than it is competing in our own backyard. And we're going to just see how things develop.
Pretty much already making that rivalry against LA.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true, right? Like, it's better to have a common enemy than to start infighting. Like, this is now going to hopefully not turn into the great San Diego soccer civil war. And if you watched anything, you know, Captain America and just keep it PG and Iron Man related, like it gets pretty messy. And if you go further than that into 1800s history of the United States,
Oh,
it gets macabre. So, I mean,
yeah, it's history. It's history.
Don't let history repeat itself. Anyway, I just again don't. My hope is that at the end of the day, soccer gets respected. And my whole point has always been and stands that if there's anywhere where it's going to work, it's going to be in San Diego. I don't want this to be a conquistador natives vibe where the San Diego soccer community already has soccer here in place, has their style, has their flavor to it. San Diego Loyal has helped make that a part of everybody's weekend for everybody who's a strong supporter of the San Diego soccer. Because that's the thing, like if you're a hardcore soccer supporter, you at least know and engage with Loyal in some point in fashion, even if you're hate watching. Like I stopped watching the Chargers. Like I don't even hate watch anymore. I just stopped. Like apathy is the worst thing for anything. Any attention is good attention. But I mean, 18 months from here on out, 18 months. It's going to be a long road. And they're going to have a lot of challenges. And I mean, it's just hopefully everybody's going to follow the recipe that's there. It's clear as day. There are right choices to make. There are wrong choices to make. I don't get to make those choices. It's just a matter of giving the opinion after these choices happen. And if it does end up being football, I'll take some credit. But yeah, I mean, does everybody agree with that? I think everybody has their own version of the name. that they would like to see. But at the end of the day, San Diego MLS is here. They said that they had a watch party, as we reported first, at Snapdragon at 7.
Let's kick it party.
The Let's Kick It party.
It was cool.
It was all right. It was interesting. Like there was a lot of people wrapped around in line waiting for it. They announced that it was free scarves, free food and drinks. For some reason, they weren't allowing us to purchase food. Like we had money in hand, and we're like, "I want to purchase food." And they're like, "No, you need a ticket because it's free." I'm like,
"Here's my ticket,
but here's
the wristband."
Yeah, and they're like, "I'm like, well, can we get?" They're like, "No, you're media, so you can't get a ticket." I'm like, "Okay, well." Poor planning on my part. Like it's not ideal, but so yeah, I mean the San Diego FC, which by the way they have an Instagram, pretty lackluster start really for them on social media. Like I don't know if they hope for more. I don't know if they hoped they'd have more numbers by now or start out the gate with just huge, but I mean, maybe we're the problem. Follow.
I mean, you see Loyal shirts on their Instagram posts.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's a good thing. That's a good sign.
I mean, it's good, right? Because then you see like it's good to see not necessarily the competition, but like it's there, like the image, the colors are there.
The event itself was
right here in San Diego.
Pretty cool. I mean, I like the vibe overall.
It's our turn. Let's show the world San Diego's version.
And I'll tell you this, Tony, right? Being there and the vibe that there was, the music that was playing, the people that were there, I kind of want to say that's everything San Diego Loyal has wanted to have at Torero Stadium, but haven't been able to get. That same sort of environment, and they haven't gotten there, and that's something that a lot of people felt. It's something that I talked to a lot of people, and they said, "Yeah, no, this is something completely different." Not disregarding that anything Loyal has done has been great, but this was something a lot bigger. And I mean, it could be that they have a lot more money to throw around and stuff like that. And Snapdragon is huge; you're gonna see larger audiences there. But from supporters groups that were there, from the atmosphere, the vibe. It was a lot of fun. It looked really cool.
Yeah,
I related to it a lot.
A lot of people were there, and it's interesting to see exactly the people who we know, right? The people who we know have we seen in Loyal and have been there supporting San Diego soccer. But again, it's like if you're loyal, is that disheartening? Is that disheartening seeing the Chavos over there and using your colors and using
and we're gonna get in on that in tomorrow's episode of Chelas con Chavos.
Yeah, 100%. And so again, this is like La Raza right here. They were just jumping, having a great time. Austin Guerrero there interviewing people.
Wait, they put Payaso del Rodeo. Have you seen that at Torero?
Yeah, Eki Breaky hard in Spanish, but fast.
Start throwing beers up in the air. Like. It was a cool event.
It was definitely a different type of environment. And again, I'm not sure if there's a disconnect and what it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if data, but like the why if this is happening here. There was a lot of people that I knew personally that never paid attention to Loyal and are like, oh, San Diego soccer, San Diego MLS, let's go see it. And that's what it's about. Like it's all about the team and the fans being a reflection of the actual city. So kudos to the team that's working and bringing this to San Diego. We've seen this twice recently. First with San Diego Loyal in their rollout, their listening sessions, their crest reveal, their color reveal, uniform kits, and all that good stuff. San Diego Wave, same thing. They have about a 9-month thing. They threw resources at it. It's still kind of getting there to try to build that community and connection, not just with a certain part of San Diego, but just with San Diego soccer in general.
Yeah.
San Diego MLS San Diego, San Diego FC, whatever you want to call it for right now. I think has gone and taken a good first step in that direction. Did people who were there, did you guys like it? Like, let's see.
I mean, yeah, I talked to people and asked, like, tell me this isn't everything you wanted at Torero, and people were telling me yes.
I agree. Let's get those. Yeah, no, 100%. Let's get those likes up. Bunch of concurrent viewers, and again, this is a lot of people that are barely coming in that are like, what is this? San Diego's #1 soccer podcast. We talk about everything that happens in San Diego, all the way from San Diego Soccer's UPSL and everything in between. MLS now, NWSL. We're trying to get credentials to the World Cup, so we're very well on our way. Made a lot of connections actually at the MLS event on that Thursday.
And that doesn't mean we're not gonna still
Shaking
talk loyal
hands,
this season.
kissing
We're
babies.
still going to be talking loyal because that's the professional soccer that we currently have going on.
Yeah, it's the only thing in town currently. But yeah, we have some video here and some sound.
Behind you, MLS San Diego.
Absolutely.
How does this make you feel as a soccer fan here in San Diego?
Well, you know what? Like, it just hit me right now. Walking in, getting this, you know, and like seeing the name San Diego and MLS. Like, I just walked in and I'm like, holy, we're getting an MLS team.
So
Pretty exciting.
What are the teams you follow? Like, what is your fandom?
I don't know.
Pumas, que le ganaron a las Chivas en la final con el Bernal.
Well, I mean, well, no nos fue bien but we're coming back next season. So, yeah.
So what's one thing that you're really looking forward to having your very own team here in San Diego?
you know what I mean? Like, I've lived here 35 years in San Diego, and I love soccer. So this is the first time we have a couple of teams, but we always been waiting for an MLS team, right? So I'm super excited that we're definitely getting a team now, right? Unless anything happens, tell me that nothing's gonna happen.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then, what's one player that you would love to see here for MLS San Diego? One player.
Chicharito, bring Chicharito.
Ya está aquí, vato.
Yeah, he's here, dude. Like, I mean, he's a Cali boy already. You know, just bring him down for his last days. I mean, I loved him in every team he's been, so why not? Bring Chicharito.
I love that.
Yeah.
My name's Jay from Chula Vista.
Oh, really?
Heard about the team just like everybody else. I think this is our moment. I think with all the people playing soccer in San Diego, especially in the South Bay, and the kids playing on the other side of the border as well, I think we're gonna walk this league.
How did it make you feel at first when you finally saw that it was official, San Diego's getting an MLS team?
It's a dream come true. It's a dream come true. I wanted this all my life. Now, I was born in '95. MLS started, I think, in '96, and we're always on the outside looking in. So, finally.
And if there could be one player that you want this team to sign, what player would it be?
Luca de la Torre.
Yeah, it's been a long wait since San Diego gets a soccer team. We're too close to the border to not have a soccer team.
That's facts. That is facts.
You were talking about the three.
That is
You were talking
facts.
about the three. Give me a player
This
that
boy
you
was
would love
funny.
to see
I need Vega right here. Fuck the Chivas.
Hey,
Hey, whoa,
hey,
boy.
Boy needs to come right
hey.
now. That's a nah. Fuck Alias.
That's a nah.
Tell
That one was a little
Carlos to come to fucking
intoxicated.
San Diego right now. Tell Messi
Hey,
he needs to be in San Diego. That's where he needs to be.
El presidente Chavo, a ver, ¿qué significa esto para ti, presidente?
Pues para la ciudad, no es mío, papá, es para la ciudad, para el grupo. Vámonos. 1, 2, 3. Dale, 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 San Diego. Dale, 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 San Diego.
You know, I had to add 2 balls. I'm like, I didn't even see MLS San Diego is. I just saw people writing. I said,
MLS San
2 balls
Diego
on the mic.
is at 2 balls,
Two balls
on
on
the
the
mic.
mic. That's what it is.
Hopefully, I mean, right now, I think I think that counts as a credential for MLS.
Yeah, we got the wristband.
We got the wristband, right? We again shook hands, kissed babies, and again all this to welcome everybody to San Diego Punto Futbol. Everything that we do is going to be on San Diego Punto Futbol, sponsored in part by San Diego Punto Futbol. I see you. What's up?
Alicia said, the cars are sharp looking. If only my kids didn't slow us down going from loyal party to snap. might have gotten one. Well, you know what, Alicia? We are going to be giving away 2 scarves after our 2 balls Underwood segment. And you tend to get pretty lucky in our giveaway. So maybe this is one of those lucky days for you again. With that being said, we are going to be... Are we transitioning over to 2 balls
Yeah, let
Underwood
me
yet?
just finish up some of these comments. And yeah, the swap meet somebody at swap meet talked to him about MLS coming and shopping for matracas they brought up. What else do we have? We have free drinks and all that. Can we talk about how some of the Chavos Raza gave a massively hard time to the LSC when first coming up, stating that the club needed to earn their respect, but haven't made a peep for MLS? Fair. It's fair. Like and I think that they have shown respect in certain ways, this new MLS group. And I'm really sure that the moment that they do feel disrespected or not as respected, they'll be vocal about it. We can go ahead and talk about it on Chelas con Chavos tomorrow. So that's something to look
Nice
at.
topic to
Yeah,
talk
no, 100%. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., Hugo Sanchez first coach. He already lives here. And we know who already lives in the region too. Herrera. El Piojo. First coach for SD MLS. Why not? Tony bringing the hard-hitting questions. Always. But yeah, so everything again, San Diego Punto Futbol will be the center for everything going forward. Check us out on there. Check us out at 2 Balls and a Mic. We'll be go ahead and be doing the giveaways here at the end of the episode. We're going to be giving away this San Diego Loyal hat. We're going to go ahead and be giving away 2 scarves, MLS scarves here at the end of the night. So stick around for that. So let me just open up the Zoom because I know Alan Underwood is ready to talk about what ended up happening over in the empty stadium in Miami for Miami FC's match.
I was going to say something but during the spaces, but I mean, at the time we're kind of contracted by the team, but we kept mentioning how empty the stadium was.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to save it for the episode because in the episode I can say whatever I want.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happens when there's an MLS team in the same city as a USL club.
Playing at the same time. That's actually very, very true, right? So Inter Miami also playing at that same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, same city, same time. So pretty difficult for a lot of fans to make it there. I can't imagine.
Like 50 fans for Miami FC in that stadium.
Yeah. So, I mean, the one thing that you're not going to have overlapping is wave games and MLS games. So you're never going to have, where am I going to go to?
True.
That or that because they're playing Snapdragon.
Like the guy in the video. Fact.
Yeah, so
that's a fact. But we are going to be joined by Mr. Underwood right now for our 2 Balls Underwood segment. Those of you who are new joining us, 2 Balls Underwood is our San Diego Loyal segment where we are joined by the great and wonderful Alan Underwood.
Who is explain what
USL
he is.
expert. He's been watching and paying attention to the USL for many years already. So he's probably the one person in San Diego that knows the most about this league, knows the ins and outs. Used to work for Orange County SC as well. Great friend of ours, the nice bearded Alan. I believe he's going to be joining. I don't know.
Is he here? Where is
He
he?
said he was in.
he's not here.
Alan, are you joining? Let me see. Let me text him.
But yeah, so some of the things that did happen at that time, right? So we had a very busy day before the MLS Let's Kick It party at Snapdragon. We had to do the Twitter Spaces for San Diego Loyal. So
Did you open the 2 Balls Underwood?
It's
one,
very
by any
interesting.
chance?
I'm reopening it.
Cool.
But yeah, so this is kind of what that sounded like here.
I'm a little proud of my call there. Because they were going to start talking something else. Oh, there's Mr. Underwood. They're saying Hugo Sanchez for the first coach. He lives in Coronado.
Yeah, he
and
does.
a former soccer. Yo no quiero el dentista de coach.
All right.
There he is.
Alan. We have you out of... let me...
Oh, whoa.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. Peekaboo.
Again, Mr. Underwood, Alan Underwood, the USL expert. He joins us for our USL San Diego Loyal segment, 2 Balls Underwood. Alan, we have some new people watching right now. Say hi to everyone.
Oh, hi, everyone. How's it going?
He's like, do not force me to
Interact.
be cordial with people. Don't put words in my mouth. All right. So, I mean, do you have any thoughts? I know we spoke last week when you came in studio, but any thoughts on the relationship or whatever on the San Diego Loyal side of things real quick before we get into the match?
I mean, 2 years is a long time. And, I know that you've talked to some folks in St. Louis, and there were some promises made at the beginning when they moved to MLS that weren't followed through on. But I think a majority of people were happy with where it ended up with the inclusion of a lot of the people involved with USL squad. And St. Louis FC was like, they played outside of St. Louis. So it wasn't like they were like right downtown, but they did have quite the following. They had some really cool USL Open Cup history. They were one of the more beloved teams in the USL. And, I think if you talk to a lot of St. Louis people, they will tell you that it was a rocky journey to get to where they are today. And so from the USL side, I think there's still some hope to figure some things out. And to, like I said, 2 years is a really long time, right? Like we're not sure where we're going to be in 2 years, what the team is going to look like, what the relationship with the MLS team is going to look like. And I think folks showing up on Saturday show that there's still interest in the USL club. And I think the USL club needs to continue to tap into that and be responsive to the community. And ultimately, they have to prove that they're going to continue to put a winner on the pitch. And I think people are going to support that. And if it ends up working out and there's some continuity with the MLS club, then even better.
Agreed. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, people have their opinions on everything, right? But, I mean, there was a San Diego Loyal match, and we were all at El Smith Brewery up in Miramar to enjoy this with a great turnout, by the way. I believe there were more people there than at the Miami FC match in Miami. So, what?
I don't know. Is that confirmed? I mean, I'll believe it. I'll take it. Like, I'll take it. That's fine.
Say yes. No, attendance 1,538. So there weren't.
Donde? Where were those people?
I don't know. I didn't see 1,500 people. But again, the team away match coming from a loss at home. A lot of questions, right? Is the team going to come back? Is the team going to play good? What's the lineup going to be like? So we have the starting lineup, right? Do we like the lineup, guys? I mean, we had Koke on goal, Kyle Adams, Grant Stoneman, Elijah Martin, Adrian Perez, Colin Martin, Joe Corona, Guido with the captain armband, Nick Moon back coming from a suspension, Ronaldo Lamus, and Evan Conway. I would say that's a solid lineup, right?
I mean, I think when you're considering who's injured and who's available, who's not available, Blake Bodley got a look, but probably not match fit. I think this is probably your strongest starting 11 at this point of the season. Mm-hmm. It's nice to see Damas and Conway up top. I think that is probably going to be our best look, although still not clicking. But Evan Conway's been out, and you can tell there's some times where they're not quite used to working together yet. And I think, we got some time to put that together so they're in peak form by the time playoffs run around. But I do think this is a really strong lineup with who you had available.
Tony, did you like the lineup?
I mean, it really starts to throw the people who have been unavailable, like you said, into the mix. And it's not easy to go into Florida and play in that humidity. It was, I believe, 82 degrees, but 78% humidity. So that's just thick, hot weather. And the players wore it towards the end of the match, right? Like you can see Elijah just absolutely gassed at some point. And he's one of the best cardio guys on the team, right? Like he was splashing his face with water a couple times, just trying to cool off. And it was one of those matches where I was like, man, like I would hate to have been on that pitch at that point. Just the mugginess, the just everything's sticky and slow and moves like molasses. But um, this Miami FC team that is, I said it again.
Yeah.
That was going to be interesting to face, and it's the first road game for San Diego Loyal out of 3 on honestly a cross-continental trip, series of trips that they're going to do. So this is the first one. They're going to come back to California, play the Roots, and then they're going to go back into the middle of the country and play San Antonio. Neither of those teams are there going to be an easy victory. We already know the history with Roots. San Antonio has booted Loyal in the playoffs before, and were the champions last year. So that's you like that, Alan. But it's going to be a challenge overall. But it's good to see these players coming in, getting some minutes in. Guido playing the whole match was huge. Jugó todo, ¿verdad?
Yeah, he played the whole match. No, and I mean, we were talking about it in the Twitter Spaces, right? Charlie Adams is a big miss, but when you have Joe Corona playing the way he's playing, you kind of see what he brings to the table. And you start out the match playing well. You controlling everything. You have possession. I mean, no one was really getting a good look on target. And then there's like a pass shot that Stoneman tries to deflect, and it just so happens to be a great own goal. In Spanish, what do we call that? Autogolazo.
Autogolazo. Yeah. You've heard of autogol, Alan? Autogolazo.
I have. I love that one.
Yeah, I think Alan whispered in my ear. Autogol.
I think we've seen an autogolazo already this season with Tulsa. So well versed in the amazing. Like, I understand what he's trying to do, but not really successful. But also, like, the most amazing strike I think I've seen from Grant Stoneman in his career. And that's gotta hurt, right? You're on the road, you want to start out well, and 15 minutes in, you're already behind. And Miami is not a bad team, like, right? We've talked about Kyle Murphy a little bit being unlucky so far. He'll come up later, but Miami's been kind of up and down. And this is exactly what they wanted, right? They want to get out on the strong foot. It's a tough matchup against San Diego Loyal, and they want to start out well, and they do. And it is kind of a lucky deflection. And unfortunately, now you're behind, trying to work your way back just to get a point.
And just a reminder, we will be giving away the San Diego Loyal hat. Sorry, Alan, you are not in the running. As well as 2 MLS scarves. I know. It's just part of it, dude. Like,
Is how we didn't get to get food at the event.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's one of those where we talk about sometimes soccer is a little cruel, right? Everything could be going right for you. You could be dominating, and then just a very unlucky play happens. And then sometimes it could kind of pay it forward with some luck as well on your side. Like this play that happened for San Diego Loyal. Great through ball from Elijah Martin. Are you going to keep playing in 0.25 speed?
Yeah, I mean, what happens.
Here
so
comes Elijah Martin. No, it was a great through ball to Alejandro Guido. Gets a shot on target. Bad deflection from the goalkeeper. Lands on Evan Conway's feet, and he gets another one. Tony, you were telling me that you never try to scoop it to the middle. But in those scenarios, you kind of rely on your center backs to be there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have it just laying down. You're always taught to, if you're going to deflect the ball, you're going to deflect it out to the sides, never in the middle, just like you said. But, I mean, in this situation, it was a very hard shot to have parried anywhere into a certain direction. So it lands into Evan Conway's legs. So the English version was fine, but we also have the Spanish version. Alan, you were right next to us and you heard it. This is what it sounded like with the great Pony Jimenez.
Entraba justamente el número 10 del equipo de San Diego y después Evan Conway. Simplemente la
Oh, that's the post. Here we go.
That was me.
And you can hear the crowd in the background. Like, you can really hear just the people that were there cheering, supporting, chanting on the second floor.
Yeah, it was a fun vibe. did a good job advertising and bringing folks in, and I think people were excited for a day of San Diego soccer, whether they were going to the MLS thing or not. I think people were all on board with supporting San Diego. It's a nice 4:00 game, right? You can go watch the game, grab a beer, hang out with some friends, and then you still have your evening free. It was quite nice to do with what you wanted with that evening. And it was a really nice crowd. And it was the first goal was pretty kind of loud. And then it got a little bit chippy, not really chippy, but like a little bit nervous. And then it kind of built and built and built. And it was put up in that loft. It was kind of a kind of an echo chamber. So it was a pretty fun place to hang out and not only watch the game, but there were a lot of folks you got a chance to chat with and get some FaceTime with, Ricardo or AV or, Craig Elston, or, there were Jerry Jimenez even showed up. There was some love to be had and some hugs and a good time where it wasn't folks having to concentrate on singing the whole time and drumming the whole time. I think it was a little bit more relaxed, but also a pretty fun venue and a pretty good game to watch as a watch party. And the live in Spanglish, the Twitter Spaces was a pretty fun addition too.
Yeah, no, I like the whole vibe overall of it. I think it was very well put together from San Diego Loyal. Shout out to Weston, always being there and putting stuff together and just working, always grinding. Big shout out to him. Everyone loves him. He's going to be one of the first people always there and just trying to make sure everyone's having a great time. But yeah, no, it's funny because it's crazy during Twitter Spaces. I'm able to kind of take my headphones off. It's so loud that even if I like step away and talk to Alan, he can tell me, he was telling me things in my ear. It was like, oh, Kyle Murphy, like, just kind of keep an eye on him. He already has 2 goals this season. Just keep an eye on him. Counterattack happens. He comes out here and he ends up getting a little bit of space and ends up scoring a great goal against San Diego off a counter. And again, in a moment where San Diego was dominating and it looked like San Diego might have had almost the second goal, Miami scores it. And you felt the vibe is like, oh man, really? We're playing so great and now we're down again? Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, this is where it's frustrating, right? You feel like you played your game. Nick Moon thinks he gets fouled on one end and then ends up giving up the counterattack after that alleged foul. And, Kyle Adams does his best. Elijah Martin gets there maybe a step too late. It's 3-on-1. Like, you would hope that you can get a defensive block on that. But, this is what, Kyle Murphy's done his whole career, right? Is score goals. And if you give him any space whatsoever, he's going to find a way to beat you and to hurt you. And this is just a well-taken strike. You maybe like to see Adams take a step up, but at this point, like, you take a step up and you foul him, it's a penalty, right? And maybe Koke a little bit to his right, but it's a really well-placed shot, really good pace on the ball. Again, Elijah Martin maybe a little step late to get in there to close down that lane. And it's unfortunate, but this is what good players do. And Kyle Murphy is a good USL striker, and he showed off his ability to put the ball in the back of the net. And now you have 30 minutes to get the equalizer again. And with Stoneman going down early in the second half or late in the first half, the back line maybe not as solidified as you would hope, because maybe that's Stoneman in that position instead of Adams in that position. Maybe things are a little bit different, but that's the way soccer works. It's cruel, but you got to tip your cap to Kyle Murphy. Oof. Kyle Murphy to put the team on his back and say, hey, we're going to try to get you these 3 points and a pretty decent strike.
This was a Kyle on Kyle one-on-one attack and
Kyle on Kyle violence. And I think I won't be as nice as you are, Alan, about Kyle Adams, right? He just gets turned around. And I do agree with you that it's going to be different if Stoneman's in there, him going down with that ankle injury, apparently. in late in the first half, and so he doesn't make it back onto the pitch. Kyle Adams has to take that more central defensive center back role, and definitely he just gets absolutely turned around. He just loses his bearings of where his legs are. In the little bicycle maneuver here he does, Kyle Adams decides to pivot, and at that point, that's exactly what allows for that enough space for Murphy to take the shot. It's a great shot, but again, you really hope that there's more close-in, more more urgency to get in front of that ball, right? And I think it's just a mistake there by Kyle Adams in that split second to do that. But again, that's not necessarily where he's played.
It's hard.
This position. It is very difficult.
Very hard to be able to manage to block that as well. Just especially sprinting, backpedaling against someone running full speed in front of you, who you're not able to see behind you to see how much space there is either. So I do think he tried his best, but it is very hard to be able to stop that. And unfortunately, Kyle Murphy got the better of him.
You guys want to hear the Spanish 2-2?
Sure.
See.
Oh. Again, this plays a lot of luck can also go on your side. We had another own goal, and this time it was from Miami.
Desperdiciado, pero bueno, esa funciona. Esta puede ser la de. Esta puede ser. Esta puede ser. Se equivocó. Oigan ustedes, no lo canto. Es el gol de los Lions.
Oye, pero que se ve que da pase Evan Conway. Hasta vi la cara de Tony. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Y cae autogol de Miami. Se viene el empate. 10 minutos le restan para que dé remontada a San Diego Loyo.
Justicia divina. Evan Conway hace lo correcto.
Divine justice is what I said on that one. But essentially, yeah, San Diego Loyal, you know, that's the other side of the coin, right? Like sometimes you get that mistake and oh man, it's a pie on your face, but this is the opposite, right? Evan Conway has that breakaway, has the option in the box to shoot or pass it across. Terrible pass. Not a lot of power. In Spanish, you're like, tell them what you said.
Creo que la quería, no sé a dónde se la quería pasar, right? I don't know where he wanted to pass, but it ended up being lucky.
Like you saw my face. Like that's the thing that you said, though.
Yeah. Like your face just said it. Like, what the F are you doing?
Yeah, with that pass. Like, take the shot. Get a corner out of it. That's always my thing. Like, take a shot, get a corner. Like,
yeah, because your face reaction just said it. He said,
no. Like, oh, no. What is he doing? Oh, my God.
It's kind of like the first goal with Chivas yesterday. I was like, no, what are you doing? And sometimes it works out. Unexpected hero in this match, Elliot Collier coming in and scoring his first goal in Torrey Green with the match winner at the 85th minute. Thoughts on Collier's performance overall, guys? I know. I don't know if you're a big fan of Collier, Tony.
I like him. I never said I didn't. Like
Okay.
he's good, but I need he's not the main guy. He's not.
He's not.
He's a supporting actor. This is the exact situation why you bring him in for these situations where you need to go for something. He can manufacture it out of nothing, and he can be a part of it. He's a big body. He's speedier than he looks, and that's that burst of energy that you're going to need. And in the situation, it worked out perfectly, Alan.
Of instant karma, right? You have auto goal, and then this one was almost a freak bounce as well, right? Like Blake Bodley, I'm not sure he meant to do that. I think Blake Bodley looks like he might be trying to shoot, and it takes a deflection right to Collier. But good on Collier. I mean, he buries it. He's been kind of snake bitten with goals. He's like on the mouth of the goal trying to put it in and just can't manage to make it work. But with this one, there was like no doubt. He just, puts some nice power behind it, keeps it kind of low, so it's hard to see. Like, I'm not sure Blake Bodley is meaning to cross it like that, but just a really nice low, hard shot through traffic. The goalie can't pick it up until it's clear of his defenders, and going to be impossible for him to stop it. And that late in the match, you feel like you have it in the bag. And I think this is the point of the game where Loyal do something that I think was my favorite part of the game. was kind of from that 89th minute to the second or third minute of stoppage time, just keeping the ball and passing it around and really taking the sting out of the game. And we haven't seen them really do that in the toward the end of games. They've been, sitting back in a low block, defend. But, this was really smart of them to take the space Miami was giving them and hold the ball for several minutes and really make Miami have to work. And they end up committing a foul, which kind of breaks it up. But the way they held the ball for 3-4 minutes toward the end of the game was probably my favorite part, because it showed a little bit of maturity in the team to realize that they can take the sting out of the game by holding the ball.
And the thing, let's not take it out of, just blow it out of proportion, right? Like, this match was a hard fought match for San Diego Loyal. They wanted it more. At some point, Miami just gave up. Like, they weren't chasing the ball. They were just looking at San Diego Loyal keep possession in those last couple minutes, like you're saying, Alan. But it was a gutsy performance because, they were down 2-1. They could have been satisfied with a 2-2. It was a big emotional and momentum changer, momentum shifter at that time, and they took advantage of it. So kudos to Nate Miller to not take his foot off the gas and want to keep going and get those 3 points, because 3 points is definitely much better than 1 point, especially in these away matches. And again, that's just kind of the team that he has out there. And, the only players that didn't play that were available were Kazanzu and Hackworth. So, I mean, overall, I think that the team gave what they were supposed to give, and they got rewarded. And it's good when that happens in soccer. Usually, it's not like that, and it could have very easily been a tie. But I think Loyal was the deserving team in this one, and I think you can really hear the reaction of AleSmith, the watch party, in this match.
Dentro, es al área del punto penal, el rechazo es fuerte la defensiva, pero le queda otra vez a San Diego, el balón está muerto.
Y lo bueno del despeje del tiro de esquina, cae el remate. Creo que es Nick Moon que le quiere pegar, pero le pega el chopo y le cae el pase perfecto a Collier, que remata con la izquierda y al puro rinconcito de la meta el portero. Qué bonito el tiro de Elliot Collier, que ya esperaba ese gol, lo necesitaba para que le suba la confianza a Elliot Collier.
Looks happy about that.
Dale, dale, San Diego. A ver, nos quedamos callados un segundito para ver si se escucha el dale, dale.
So that was the scenes, the audio, however you want to say it, at AleSmith. People were going absolutely bonkers. So yeah, I mean, what a game, what a performance. 3 points for Nate Miller and the squad.
And that puts you in third place now on the Western Conference again. 1 point against San Antonio. Did San Antonio end up losing, Alan?
San Antonio did end up losing 1-0 to Detroit, which was quite a shock.
Yeah, especially 12th place Detroit.
I think this is also important. It's the second road win in a row, particularly after they've kind of scuttled at home a little bit, right? Losing to RGV, losing to Locomotive. To get 2 straight road wins, I think is really, really important to keep pace with, some of the top teams in the West, like Sacramento and El Paso, who both won. It means a lot. I'm sure for the team, it, keeps them in that kind of top 4. Like, you have kind of a top 4 and then like kind of middle 5 right now. I know some people have played a few less games, but trying to keep pace with Sacramento and San Antonio and El Paso is going to be tough. And you do that by taking care of the games that you can take care of. You're going to lose some here and there, but getting their second road win in a row is pretty significant. It's been one of the, not the strongest suit of Loyal. Usually play really well at home and not as great on the road. So let's clean it up at home and let's keep the road win streak going. Although it's going to be a tough matchup against Oakland. They've only beaten Oakland once in their in matchup. Oakland is 4-2-1. against San Diego. Oakland is a team that's, been kind of up and down this season. They're kind of where they have always been, right? They're not the strongest, but they're a good, tough team. And, they're coming off of a pretty tough game against Sacramento where they lost 3-1, but 3-1 or 3-0 victory over Orange County, 4-1 over Birmingham Legion, who is one of the better teams in the East. And so this is a team that you don't want to overlook. Had some really kind of rough luck toward the beginning of the season, but this is going to be a tough team, and they're going to be up for it against San Diego because they always seem to play well against the San Diego system. And we'll see, what wrinkles Nate Miller can throw at them. We've seen them be able to clog up that space where they got exposed in the past against Oakland. So we'll see what that happens. I know there's going to be some injuries, so this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. I think with who you're got playing in San Antonio, 3 points is really, really important now, knowing that you're going to have to go to San Antonio and then play San Antonio again. Loyal's got a pretty tough matchup, so you got to get these 3 points where you can get them against teams that you probably should beat.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, Oakland, out of those 4 games, Oakland should be the easiest one on paper, but like we know, Oakland has sometimes the upper hand against Loyal. They know how to play against San Diego Loyal, and they've done it multiple times. And yeah, it's going to be a tough next 4 games, but realistically, if they're able to get 2 wins in that, maybe 1 draw and lose one of those, I think that's acceptable, especially if one of those losses happens on the road. But do you have a prediction against Oakland? I mean, sometimes we get them right, sometimes we get them wrong. I did say they were going to win in this away match against Miami, but I don't know. How are you feeling in Oakland? Is that field even going to be in good condition?
I know they've been playing I think they're at Laney. I think they announced that they're playing somewhere else this year than what they've played last year. Like they've changed their
terrible
their home. They play at Laney College Football Stadium.
Okay. So what are you thinking?
I think 2-1 win would be nice.
2-1 win.
Yeah, I think we can pick up 3 points here, get a couple goals. I mean, I would like to see a clean sheet again. That's been kind of the question mark lately. Is we started out defensively pretty strong, and now it seems a little bit shaky. But Oakland seems to like to score like goals of the week consistently against San Diego. So I think keeping them off the score sheet might be difficult, right? Sacramento has let in just a couple goals all season, and Oakland was able to score on them. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to keep a clean sheet, but we can certainly try. But I think it's going to be a 2-0 or 2-1.
What do you think, Tony, against Oakland?
It's going to be hard because this is the team, right? There's always something that happens with this team and this club in San Diego versus Oakland, and I don't know if they have the secret sauce, if they know something that I don't know that Nate can't figure out for the life of him, or this club. I don't know what it is, but Oakland is always that team that gives San Diego a really hard time, and I think it's going to be 2 goals for San Diego Loyal. I agree, but I think there'll be 2 goals on Oakland side for a 2-2 draw.
All right. I think a lot of factors play in. Is Tillman going to be healthy, right, to play in this game? If not, then does Camden get the start, or is it Kasansu, Simba getting the start? I really hope to see Simba getting that some minutes as well, and I think it could be another great performance from him if he gets that chance. I do think San Diego Loyal will pull off 3 points in this game, however. So I don't know if it'll be a clean sheet, but I got to go with the same as Alan, a 2-1, maybe 3-1, but I'm going to go with the 2-1 win as well.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, it's going to be a tough couple road games for San Diego, playing San Antonio twice. It's not going to be easy. Then Sacramento as well. So if they get points out of this next few games. That's going to be huge. But yeah, I don't know. Is Alan, Tony, or is there anything else you guys want to throw in for Two Balls Underwood?
I don't know. I'm gonna thank you for your help and your assist at setting up out there. I really appreciate.
Oh yeah,
that.
lots of help, Alan. You're always the best.
Thanks.
Fair,
We got
anything else?
tickets to go see Wave Portland Thorns on Friday.
It's your first.
so-
If it's first
Nice.
Wave game or first.
No, we went to the home opener.
Okay.
Like the home opener last year.
The 4 goals from Alex Morgan.
Yeah, the
Penalex.
Penalex
Extravaganza.
Yeah, but it's actually be my first game at the Snap, and
Nice.
I'll enjoy a nice 7:00 evening. We're at the opposite end of from the supporter section, but kind of up behind the goal, so I can see the game the way I'm used to watching it from behind a goal. But it'll be nice to get out and see some soccer and see some high level performance, especially against the Thorns. I've always wanted to see them play.
Nice.
And so it'll be nice.
It's going to be a good match for sure. That is going to be Friday at 7 p.m. Maybe we'll see you out there. I know I plan on making it. You plan on making it.
Yeah, I'll be there. So if you guys are gonna go out to the Wave game, say hi, be a fan, tell a friend, and be on the lookout for Alan Underwood. He's
And
warned
good
you
luck
all.
to whoever gets to win the scarves and the hat and the things. Oh, and Chiva,
Yes.
congratulations on your soccer team there.
Thank you.
I
Thank
watched
you.
that match, and it was enjoyable, and it was a roller coaster of goals not being allowed and all
Yeah.
sorts of shenanigans. But
That's
it
what
should
we
be a
got,
fun
man, 'cause
matchup. Chivas, Tigres.
I got my flight tickets to Guadalajara already, Alan. I'm going to be at that final live in Guadalajara on Sunday. So,
Good for you. Good
yeah.
for you. I'll
going
pull
with my
for
dad,
the.
so hopefully it happens.
I'll pull for the goats on this one.
Appreciate you, Alan. And Alan, always a pleasure having you on Two Balls Underwood. Have a good night, my friend.
Good night.
Thank you.
What a nice guy. Oh, can't stand. I'm just kidding.
Always that guy.
Okay, let's give this stuff away.
All right, cool. Let's give this
Right now,
away.
Do you want to do it for all the script? Are you trying to do it for all or the people
I've
watching
said-
right now?
Uh,
I was under the impression that this giveaway
So,
specifically
just wanted
will
to
be
give
for
Doyle
the
first?
for the people watching. Was the scarves going to be for the people watching this episode, right?
it was for subscribers.
Mm,
Oh, there was a T-shirt, the jersey subscribers.
the jerseys.
Oh,
the
okay, all right. So
subscribers. That's what we said
right.
on the last
yeah,
on the mid episode thing that we did.
okay.
We said it's going to be for people watching, so make sure you're tuning in. Which again, maybe it's why people are watching this episode a lot. But we're live every Monday at 8 p.m. with all the San Diego soccer coverage. So should we do it like last time, where people just?
They have
How
to
about
comment
this? How
something.
about this?
Yeah.
Starting now, from where I'm saying this,
Mhm.
how about we pick 3 winners? We'll
Okay.
do scarf, hat.
Okay.
Right, and then instead of eliminating, because we have like 30 people watching right now, it's gonna take a long time to.
Yeah.
It's whoever gets first that wins a scarf. Then we'll go another one, another scarf, or we can do scarf, hat, scarf. Yeah.
Scarf, hat, scarf. I like.
All right, but from now you have to comment, and that's how you're gonna get on the wheel of fortune what you want this name. On this wheel of
this opportunity
drawing. Tell us what you want this MLS team name to be. It could be whatever you want it to be.
It can be silly, but again, make sure that it's unique, because if there's 2 of the same, I'm just gonna eliminate both straight up. So
I'm gonna keep an eye on seeing like who's commenting on this, and I'll tell you names as well. I know you can also see as well, so we'll be working together to see how many people. But go ahead, start writing those in. We have Paul Taupier with FCSD.
all right, here, let me. ¿Cómo se llama esa madre?
Wheel picker.
Wheel picker thing.
Random picker.
Random picker of wheels. Poke Losa uses All right, so you're keeping an eye on it for now.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
again
mean,
for
I'm gonna
everybody
tell you
who's
I'm
listened.
just gonna tell you names to write on that wheel.
All right,
should make it easier.
That should make it very easy.
And then after this, we're gonna touch on San Diego Wave, and that'll probably be how we wrap up the episode. We'll probably talk a little Chivas, just a little hype of it. Wasn't it like random wheel generator or something like that?
Let's see. Random wheel generator.
Wheel of names. Haha.
The wheel of
You
names.
ready?
Not what you said. All right, yeah, go for it.
Paul
Taupierre.
Taupierre.
Parlez-vous français?
Then we're
Yeah.
gonna get Brandon Rodriguez.
What did Brandon Rodriguez say?
Said, let me get that hat, my guys.
Let me get that hat, my guys.
That's a
FC?
unique name. That's a unique name. We got Coach Trevor.
Coach Trevor, shout out. Coach Trevor. What do you coach, Coach Trevor?
We got Cisco Sanchez.
Cisco Sanchez. Not related to me. Got it.
He put San Diego Sol. Coach Trevor put FC
Diego
San
Sol.
Diego. Alicia with Alta, California. Alta
Oh,
CA.
we've heard that one. We've heard Alta California
So
before.
that is Alicia Stelly.
So I think the only Alicia got that.
Alicia, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
We got Cobra. He
Cobra.
put San Diego Surf.
Cobra.
Coach Trevor. You
Yeah,
only get
Joe.
one entry, Coach Trevor. We got Esteban Toscano, the boy. San Diego Mission
Esteban.
FC.
Toscano.
We have Drohug, Drohug with Atletico of San Diego.
Atletico San Diego. Okay, dope.
I knew someone was going to say this. Afmir said Club de San Diego Loyal. Or Club de San Diego Loyal.
The San Diego Loyal.
Afmir.
We'll deliver this to you in person. So, I mean, if I
We have to fly to Chicago.
I don't know about that. You come pretty freaking over here, so we'll save it for you after me.
Duran Faris Pops Michael Faris said Las Vegas FC.
I love it. I love that.
Juan
actually.
Garcia said Deportivo San Diego or Club Deportivo San Diego.
Again,
Juan
you're giving us names. If you give us names in the next minute.
Chris Brumel said AFC SD. Brandon already put, but he put Liga Deportiva San Diego.
All right.
We got Weiss X Panda with SDFC. Keep it simple, kind of how they do it. Weiss X Panda.
X Panda.
We got Jeffrey Abramovitz with Maccabi San Diego. Coach Trevor. The Urban Legend with Atletico San Diego. Do we have that one already? Not yet, right?
Okay. Who was it?
The Urban Legend. That's the name of the account.
Urban Legend.
Can the boy Drew Steck participate? Yeah, right? Why not? Yeah? No? The boy Drew Steck put Pueblo San Diego.
He cannot participate.
Sorry, Mr. Steck.
He cannot participate.
Sorry, Mr. Steck. Samuel Rodriguez. Sorry.
Sammy.
Sorry. He put Club Real San Diego. Loya Loca, Mr. Paul, put San Diego Barcada. I like that. I like that. I mean, we got 31 people watching, and we don't have 31 names here.
Who was this? Paul?
Paul, he put San Diego Barcada. Mario Solano, San Diego Sanchos. Yeah. 619 Soccer, the boy, put Cholos Quincles de San Diego.
I don't know about the boy at this point. He's getting himself into hot water. So
again, tell us your name for the MLS team to enter this giveaway. Let's give everyone one more minute?
One more minute.
One more
last
minute.
And then again, what we said we're going to do.
KSX Silver Joker. KSX Silver Joker. Put San Diego Legend.
Midori Kazumi.
Hector Corona with Sol FC. Drew said, I don't need to be in the drawing. I just drop hot names.
Oh.
Again, we got less than a minute where we cap the giveaway. Again, let us know what the MLS team's name should be. If you like that it's simple, San Diego FC, FC San Diego, or anything else, let us know to participate.
So
We're going to be giving
21 entries.
The first winner is going to win a scarf. The second one's going to win the San Diego Loyal hat. It's a nice hat. Kind of want it. Cholos dos.
Cholos dos. No. All right. I think we'll be good to go because of the delay. Let me think about this. Just as of now, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 21. All right.
Fiki, San Diego Soccer Club. Fiki.
All right, let's not
makes the cut,
fuck this
right?
up again because don't say Ayala, you asshole. You'll confuse them. All right.
That's
that
it.
was it.
That's it.
That's it. All right, cool.
We're capping it there.
All right, so
I think you can put like 10 or 15 seconds on there.
10 or 15 seconds.
Just to make it a little dramatic.
On there. Customize. The spin time seconds 20 seconds.
20 seconds. All right.
All right.
All right. So the first one for the first MLS San Diego scarf. The person winning it is going to be. Let's see. Spin that wheel.
This is for this one, right?
Yeah, for the scarf. For one of the
Scarf.
scarves.
First one is going to be Mario Solano has won himself a MLS 2025. Has kept going for a little bit.
Let's remove him for the next one. Right?
We're gonna remove
Mario
him.
Solano. Hit us up if you
Instagram,
Twitter. Hit us
It's up
up.
to you.
We'll connect on how to deliver this to you.
Yeah.
Mario Solano, congrats on a new MLS San Diego scarf.
Cool. Get the one behind there.
Cool. We got this one now.
Stupido.
All right. This one is for the hat. The San Diego Loyal hat. It's a nice hat. I really like it. It's nice.
It's new. See, it's new. Nobody's worn it. Leather strap in the back.
609 Soccer was very close, and so was Paul. Paul, you already have a scarf.
Paul has.
Paul
all
wants this hat. He
San
probably
Diego
has
soccer
it too, but
merchandise.
yeah, he has it.
All right.
All
Ready?
right, for the hat, here we go. Ooh, who's it gonna be?
I swear if it's Michael Free. Wait, will it be the Panda or
Oh.
Jeff? Panda or Jeff? Panda or Jeff? Panda. Oh, it's Jeffrey. Not Abravitz. That's
no. Jeffrey.
Abramovitz.
Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram. Congrats on the San Diego Loyal hat. Hit us up to see how we can connect and deliver that to you.
All right. This is for the last scarf for today.
Chris was close, and they always get
They
lucky.
always get lucky. We will have more giveaways as the time is going forward. We will do the giveaway for the t-shirt, for the jersey, whatever that looks like in 2025. Thank you for everybody who subscribed up until now because we've hit milestones. And be a friend,
Biggest
tell a
week.
friend.
Yeah.
All right, last one for today.
Where's the music? Wise Panda said it's rigged.
You're literally seeing how it's not.
Ooh. No way! No way! They get so lucky! Alicia!
It looks like Alicia has won the MLS 2025.
How did they get
scarf
so
for today.
lucky?
I don't know. All right.
People
so
are gonna think it's rigged.
people are gonna think it's rigged, but guess what?
Wow.
Let's do one more scarf.
All right, we're gonna do one more scout.
Let's
We
do
have 5
one
of
more
them.
scarves.
We'll do
we have
one
more
more.
than 5. I didn't tell you. We'll do one more. We're
Alicia,
being very generous.
congrats.
But again, be a friend, tell a friend, follow, subscribe.
Isn't
we want
it
to hit to
funny?
1,000 subscribers.
Isn't it funny how things work? She couldn't get one. They were late.
Now I swear, if Chris wins this one, I almost want her to remove Chris. All right.
Chris, are you okay if you win it? You want the scarf too? Or are you guys okay? No, I'm just kidding. No, if you win it, it's fair and fair.
It's
fair and square.
fine. It's fine.
I mean, for anybody that's new and watching, Chris and Alicia will sit every Monday
Power
with
couple.
their kiddos. If they're not sleeping already, they probably should be
Power
by now.
couple.
But they're always watching every episode, and we appreciate them so much.
All right.
All right, let's see for
one
another
more, 'cause
scarf.
I'm being
One more
nice.
scarf.
I'm being nice. I met Manny Machado. He said hi to me. We
Nice.
converse. We're
Here
friends.
we go.
now. Landon Donovan's replaced. Manny Machado is a new friend. So where is Chris?
Where
is Chris? We're doing one more. It's either going to be Paul, almost Fiki. It's going to be Paul. It's going to be Paul. It's going to be Paul. It pays to be the first one here. Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Not Naku, sorry, but Taupier.
Hit us up again.
Hit us up.
Twitter, Instagram. See how we can connect. Congrats to. They fall asleep Mondays to 2 balls. That's amazing.
That was okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Paul, congrats. Alicia, congrats. All our winners, congrats. Hit us up so we make sure we can connect with you guys. But let's talk about San Diego Wave.
The San Diego Wave, another team here in San Diego that shares custody of Snapdragon, going over and doing battle in an away setting once again because they all have long road trips ahead. Sierra Engie able to get her first goal of her NWSL career. We interviewed her a couple of weeks ago, so it's really cool to see the development. Before we interviewed her, she hadn't debuted, she hadn't played. Now she's debuted. She's played in the Challenge Cup. She's played twice as a starter in the NWSL, and now gets herself a goal. Really awesome to see that, and you know, I kind of want. I'm reaching out to see if we can get another interview. Now removed from this. Excuse me, but they play against the Houston Dash.
Yes.
And again, like they're starting to prep for the reality that Alex Morgan isn't going to be here. So, Coach Casey Stoney really needs to start figuring out exactly what her whole team is going to look like. But for now, you still are able to throw your stars out there. You have Kaylin Sheridan, Naomi Girma, Kaylee Reel, McNabb, Kristen Westfall. You have Sierra Engie there, starting with a number 8, Calaprico in the midfield. Sierra Engie's very versatile. Jaden Shaw, and then Sofia Jakobsson.
Van Egmond's still not available.
Rachel Hill and Alex Morgan.
That's still not the best thing for San Diego Wave. But again, it's kind of like they needed a few games without Van Egmond to get things going, right? And it only when she's able to come back, it's only going to get better as well. But who else to score the first goal in the first couple minutes, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be Alex Morgan, right? Like Alex Morgan is this team's best player overall, just overall.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, obviously you have Jaden Shaw playing out of her mind, very important for Emily Van Egmond to get back into the squad, but it's always best to have your best player perform like that and not just in a penalty setting. Alex Morgan getting on the score sheet first, and honestly, it was a match with the 7th place Houston Dash. San Diego Wave was in third, I believe, fourth moving into this match. Now, after winning this matchup, they end up being in first place for the time being. But yeah, Alex Morgan, the fastest goal in her NWSL career is this goal that happens in the 2nd minute.
Stoney. Ooh. Badly played back, and the net is empty. It's rolling toward goal, and it goes in.
Ay, portera.
A misplay
terrible
by
goalkeeping.
Houston
Ay,
in the
portera.
2nd minute.
Terrible
That's a
goalkeeping.
gift goal.
It is a gift goal. Alex Morgan taking advantage of that, and I mean, you can't.
Kind of like she got scared of like going in hard and like just.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, that's the one thing. It's either you decide to come out and you got to come out guns a-blazing, or you just stay your ground and wait for them to come to you. But that moment you have that hesitation is exactly when you will get, moved past and scored on. Casey Stoney, very, very happy with this
And who doesn't want to start
turn
a
of
game
events.
starting in the first 2 minutes scoring a goal? It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does. And great game
And
for Alex
then,
Morgan there.
yeah, absolutely. And then let's freaking Poe.
Shot taken, and there's the 3rd goal.
It's the 3rd
Poe.
goal. Oops, I skipped one. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But we've been critical of Poe, right? Since
Yeah.
she joined this team, she was traded into the team last season. And I mean, we've seen her play live, and we both had the same kind of like realization, like, hey man, like she struggled last season, and she's coming in off the bench. Last year, she had to start a couple times until they started dropping Christian McNabb at the left back position, which ended up working out for Casey Stoney. She comes in as a sub and gets on the scoring sheet. And during the week, I did ask Casey Stoney, what's it like to have players that you're able to rotate and get on the scoring sheet? And she said it's huge. You had Breedy last game, and now you had Sierra Engie coming in, and then you have Poe also scoring coming off the bench. So having those rotations, those players scoring now is going to be very, very important once these starters start going to the international duty for the World Cup during the summer.
Yeah, and so Poe also got the confidence of Casey Stoney enough to be awarded the Captain's R-band during that Challenge Cup game. So good stuff from Poe. Clearly, Casey seeing something in her that she wants on that field, and it's paying dividends. That second goal that we were talking about is the home homegrown goal by Sierra Ng.
Into the middle, it bounces. Flicked away. Wave, play it in front, and there's the second goal.
Sierra
And that's
Ng,
great. Guest of the podcast.
guest of the
Sierra
podcast. I mean, if you come on the podcast, your dreams come true.
You score a goal. We have yet to see other guest Brisky getting a start.
It's gonna be tough.
It's hopefully it happens eventually. But again, it's a huge win on the road, and that ends their 3-game road party.
Yeah,
road
they will be back
event.
here on Friday the 26th. This is what Sierra had to say after the match.
Final score. Somebody else has scored tonight. Sierra Engie, her first professional goal in her second straight start. Sierra, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Walk us through your first professional goal, what you saw.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't the prettiest of goals, but I was in the box and I just wanted to tap it in, so super excited that I could come away with my first goal.
Yeah, Sierra, enjoy these moments, you know, first NWSL goal, but how important has it been, 2 clean sheets after the back of conceding 6 goals in 2 games? How important has that been?
Yeah, it's been huge for us. I think that was really a big goal coming into these 2
a great
road games
question.
after conceding so many goals
Great
at
question.
home.
That's a
We
great
wanted to be
question.
gritty. We wanted to keep a clean sheet, and so really proud of the team. I think we put in a really good job today, and now we get to go home and play some home games.
Hey, thanks for
Back-to-back
joining us.
clean
Congrats
sheets.
on your goal. Congrats on the win.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And now you get to play second place Portland Thorns with a chance to overtake them and maybe go back to first place. And isn't that crazy? You were pretty much 5th, 6th place
Mhm.
a few games ago. Get 2 wins, and now you're able to fight for first place, depending on how Gotham FC does. Gotham FC, who is also surprising everyone in this
Yeah,
league,
yeah, they got
based on
their-
the season they had last year.
Yeah, they got their butts handed last year. 4 goals from Alex Morgan to them. I think that woke them up. But yeah, so San Diego Wave now waiting here at home. We'll go ahead and be there. We're trying to do more giveaways for San Diego Wave as well. So we're trying to work with the club to do that.
To be fair,
But
it has been a while since they had a home game. It's been 3
Very
straight
true.
weeks, so we're gonna be back at the Snapdragon for a Wave game this upcoming Friday. So that's gonna be exciting. To have.
Turnbow, is she the Morgan Hackworth of San Diego Wave? For those that know what that means, like.
You guys have you guys know what my
Was she-
opinions on
was
the
she-
matter.
Was she? You want to trade her?
I think
You
I've
wanna
seen
boot her
what
out of
I've
the
needed
city.
to see. From what we've heard, is she's a killer at practice, but when it comes to game time, we
The
haven't
Ben
seen
Spencer.
that. So would she get traded? Maybe. I mean, I don't know if who you would get in return. I mean, again, we're still learning about the NWSL and the players around in the league, but who knows what happens. If you're gonna be there at Snapdragon on Friday at 7 p.m., we'll walk around. We'll say hi. I mean, let's see how many people recognize us this time after the crazy week that's happened.
It was wild.
So it's gonna be fun to be there. So check us out. And then we also had El Amor de Mis Amores. Chiquete, chiquete. I like Perro Bermudez. Did you hear Perro Bermudez?
Chiquete,
chiquete, chiquete, chiquete.
El gol.
Es un
Lo
crack este
platicamos
morro, dude.
todos.
If you don't follow Liga MX, semifinals just happened. Chivas with 12 championships against America. Clásico de clásicos. This is one of the biggest rivalries that happens in all of soccer. Not just in Mexico, in all of soccer. These teams have both 100+ years of history. America has 13 championships. Chivas has 12. Chivas has had a rough couple of years. The last title was 2017. America hasn't won a title in a while either. So the first leg, America were up 1-0. Chivas needed to win by 2 goals because the rule in Liga MX is if you end higher on the table and you get a draw on the aggregate score, then you advance. There's no extra time or penalties until the final. Chivas advanced to the final, scoring 3 goals, beating America 3-1. Man.
You're gonna go to the championship game.
I'm
next
gonna
Sunday.
be there.
You bought your tickets, and you're gonna be in the stadium
I'm
for
gonna
this
be there.
championship game.
I'm gonna 100% be there. I have my planes booked. I'm leaving Saturday. I won't be able to do Twitter Spaces for Loyal if the chance is given. Sorry.
Hey, qué pedo? You can't do that.
I'm sorry. I don't know when they'll get to a championship
Next
again.
season. They will. They'll make it next
Then I'll
season.
be back there again next season.
Hey, Capello, you can't do that.
Yeah, they can.
What the hell? You got to clear this with HR.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You need a 2-week notice to do that.
Sorry,
I
fire me.
cannot-
I'm going. I do
I
not give a
cannot
single
allow
rat's ass
you-
right now.
Um,
I'm gonna be there. I'll post on the social medias for Two Balls and a Mic. Going with my dad. Have family up there, so don't ask me how much the plane tickets were. Huevo y medio.
How much are you spending? Just say.
To go to Guadalajara, to fly to Guadalajara last minute, it was a pricey flight.
Like 20 pesos.
Yeah, about 20 pesos.
How much?
Around $430.
All
Round
right.
trip. Round trip.
God, I hope they win for multiple reasons.
Me too.
For multiple reasons, but
Me too.
do want to thank everybody who has subscribed, followed, and really put us on the map here in San Diego. I keep hearing teams, San Diego Jaws. Yo, I'll cover Chivas, says Esteban. El Toro Fuerte, I'll cover Chivas as well.
No, not Toro Fuerte.
You know what? That might be a thing. So yeah.
3-3 aggregate Rayadas against Cholas.
Christina
Very key.
Birkenroad, fellow, also guest of Two Balls and the Mic. But we want to thank everybody who has followed, shared, subscribed on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Honestly, it was incredibly humbling seeing how many people recognized Two Balls and a Mic and gave us our flowers and gave us our props for doing what we want in this area of soccer here in our city and making sure that we try our best to get San Diego the representation and equity it needs in raising our community, because we need their respect as much as respect is dished out everywhere else. Bro, my high school principal, did you see that?
Yeah.
My high school principal tagged me and is like, this guy's the reason why Sweetwater High School has a new building. And I was like, damn right it is. Like, I wrote that letter in freshman year, and always been a mover and a shaker. Thank you for everything that you guys have done for us, and we really, really appreciate this crazy ride and hope that we get to do this and onwards and upwards to the 2026 World Cup.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. And again, we'll be here live next Monday. I'll be flying back from Guadalajara that Monday, so you'll hear all about my trip, whether it's a great one or a sad one.